Good day. Welcome to Mayor King's TV News. I am Matu Okwemitorishe, and here are the headlines. President Tinubu meets Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborevwori. Federal government contractors begin indefinite protest as Finance Ministry over unpaid projects. Oborevwori boasts of Delta's emergence as champions at sports festival. Senate to pass Tinubu's tax bills today. Singer Portable calls out bank over alleged kidnap attempt. Nigerians' debt rate reaches 4.7 trillion naira as Gencos demand dates to meet Tinubu. Cardinals conclude final meeting over election of a new pope. Alexander Arnold banned from electronic store bar in Liverpool after announcing Red's departure. Now the news in details. President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday received Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborevwori at the Presidential Villa, Asirok, Abuja. This meeting marks the governor's first official engagement with President Tinubu since his recent defection to the All Progressive Congress (APC). On April 23, 2025, Oborevwori made history by becoming the first sitting governor to leave the People's Democratic Party since Nigerians returned to democracy in 1999. The defection was part of a wider political realignment that saw former Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, current Deputy Governor Monday Oyeme, cabinet members, local government chairmen, and a significant portion of the PDP grassroots structure move en masse to the APC after a closed section in Asaba. Meanwhile, Delta State political shift mirrors recent movements in other South-South and Southeastern states, such as Rivers and Cross River, further reducing the PDP's hold to just 10 governorships nationwide and undermining its once solid influence in the region. According to APC insiders, more defections are anticipated in weeks ahead, with Governors Umo Eno Akwa Ibom State, Peter Mba Enugu State, Abba Yusuf Kano State, and the suspended Rivers Governor Similain Fubara reportedly considering moves to the ruling party. However, PDP, alongside the Labour Party and the New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), is currently contending with mounting internal crisis and defections that have left all three parties weakened and in a state of uncertainty. Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborevwori, after receiving the Torch of Unity, boasted of Delta's emergence as champions at the National Sports Festival in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Ahead of the 22nd National Sports Festival, Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborevwori on Tuesday received the Torch of Unity from the National Sports Commission. He boasted that Team Delta will emerge the champions of the festival, slated to hold in Abeokuta, Ogun State, from May 16 to 30th, 2025. Oborevwori, who spoke through his deputy Sir Monday Oyeme, said Delta athletes, as defending champions, have adequately prepared themselves for the festival to retain the championship. Oborevwori, however, applauded the National Sports Commission and Ogun State, the host of the 22nd National Sports Festival, for sustaining this noble tradition and for continuing to promote the ideals of national unity and sporting excellence. Earlier, the chairman of the Delta State Sports Commission, Mr. Onorode Oborevwori, lauded the government's contributions to the development of sports in the state, noting that the torch represents peace, unity, and the true spirit of sportsmanship. Leader of the National Sports Delegation, Mrs. Ikana Mbara, urged the state government to create awareness in the youths by investing in them. A coalition of federal contractors under the banner of Concerned Federal Government Contractors has launched an indefinite protest at the Office of the Accountant General and the Ministry of Finance headquarters in Abuja, demanding immediate payment of certified projects completed since October 2024. The protest, which began today, saw contractors occupying key entrances to both government offices, chanting solidarity songs and displaying placards, accusing the government of negligence and economic sabotage. In a statement by the group spokesperson, Kabe Tijani, it said that the contractors have fulfilled obligations under their contracts, and many of which were financed through loans from banks and financial institutions. Yet, despite the completion and certification of the projects, no payments have been made in over 7 months. According to him, many contractors are facing severe financial distress with mounting debts, unpaid staff, and stalled operations due to the government's failure to meet its financial obligations. He further stated that protesting contractors are vowed to remain at the Accountant General's office and Ministry of Finance premises daily until payments are made. The leadership of the 10th Senate has confirmed that the passage of President Bola Tinubu tax reform bills will be read today, Wednesday, for proper scrutiny and debate. The four bills, Nigerian Tax Bill, Tax Administration Bill, Revenue Tax Board Bill, and Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Bill, were forwarded by President 6 months ago as part of efforts to reform the country's fiscal policies and boost revenue generation. The delay in the passage of the bills has raised concerns, especially after the House of Representatives approved them 2 weeks ago, putting pressure on the Red Chamber. In a related development, the Senate leadership resolved to hold a 2-day National Security Summit to brainstorm a solution to rising wave of killings and other forms of insecurity in the country. Notably, the decision followed a motion sponsored by Jimoh Ibrahim, representing Ondo South, at the resumption of a plenary on Tuesday. While on a walking visit to France, bandits in a senseless campaign of violence killed innocent Nigerians in Plateau, Benue, and Zamfara states, culminating in calls for President Bola Tinubu to cut short his vacation to return home to lead the fight against insecurity from the front. Leading the debate, Ibrahim said that the high level of global insecurity is driven by events in Russia and Ukraine and compounded by tensions between the global north and global south. According to him, the issues have continuously worsened food insecurity and affected the attainment of sustainable development goals. This leads to the call for an exemplary fact-finding national security summit to help develop far-reaching solutions. Now on the entertainment news. Nigerian controversial singer Portable has called out First Bank over alleged kidnap attempts. Portable, who made the claim in a viral video on his Instagram page, explained that he nearly got kidnapped during his visit to one of the bank's branches. While accusing the bank of tracking him, the singer, who is known for his dramatic outburst, stated that only his offense was demanding an explanation on why his account was locked by the bank. Narrating his experience with the bank, Portable denied involvement in any fraudulent activities, claiming that the alleged 400 billion naira in the account is for his business transaction. His claims came amid the ongoing social media tension over the arrest of the popular critic Very Dark Man on Friday, May 2nd, after his visit to Guarantee Trust Bank GTB branch to complain about an alleged deduction from his mother's account. In a related ply to the ongoing situation, it stated that he is being trailed by First Bank to be kidnapped. Now on the business news. The electricity generating companies of Nigeria wants President Bola Tinubu to hasten the plan of meeting with the firm over the 4.7 trillion naira power sector debt to the Gencos. While stating that there is no date fixed for the meeting yet, the Gencos want the meeting to take place as soon as possible. Following a high-level meeting between the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabo, and the chairman of Gencos in Abuja, amid mounting fears of a possible collapse of the national grid due to liquidity constraints in the sector, the government announced that Tinubu would meet with the generation companies. The government pledged immediate action to reduce the 4.7 trillion naira debt owed to the Gencos. Meanwhile, a statement by the Power Minister, Special Advisor on Strategic Communications and Media Relations, Bolaji Tunji, said that the federal government has resolved to settle a substantial portion of the debt immediately, while the remainder will be cleared through financial instruments such as promissory notes within the next 6 months. However, this development is said to be proposed in the meeting being planned between President Bola Tinubu and the Gencos leadership. Now on the foreign news, the College of Cardinals has concluded its general congregations, marking the final preparations before the conclave to elect the next pope. 173 cardinals, including 130 electors, on Tuesday participated in the 12th and final general congregation before the conclave would start on Wednesday. The cardinals also reflected on the need for a pope of mercy and hope in times of war, violence, and deep polarization. Giving some details on the conclave scheduled, Bruni revealed that the conclave is set to begin on Wednesday, May 7th. With a mass pro-Elindo prophet, the cardinals will then proceed to Center's chapel and start voting. According to Bruni, if there will be white smoke, the timing for the smoke will be roughly after 10:30 a.m. on Thursday and after 12 noon p.m. Bruni, however, noted that during the general congregation, an appeal was read to the parties involved in various conflicts for a permanent ceasefire and negotiations, calling for just and lasting peace. Now on the sports news. Trent Alexander-Arnold has been banned from two major venues in Liverpool. It comes after he announced he will be leaving Liverpool when his contract expires at the end of the season. It was revealed that Alexander-Arnold is ending a 20-year association with the Reds after breaking through the academy and helping the club win a host of major honours, including two Premier League titles and the Champions League. The 26-year-old called it easily the hardest decision of his life, with widespread reports suggesting he will be joining Real Madrid to link up with Paul Jude Bellingham. However, in their own announcement, Liverpool FC issued a blunt statement about his exit and clearly indicated that the defender leaving was his own decision rather than one backed by the club. Now a recap on our headlines. President Tinubu meets Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborevwori. Federal government contractors begin indefinite protest at Finance Ministry over unpaid projects. Oborevwori boasts of Delta's emergence as champions at sports festival. Senate to pass Tinubu's tax bills today. Singer Portable calls out bank over alleged kidnap attempt. Nigerians' debt rate reaches 4.7 trillion naira as Gencos demand day to meet Tinubu. Cardinals conclude final meeting over election of a new pope. Alexander-Arnold banned from electronic store bar in Liverpool after announcing Red's departure. That's the news as edited by Timiola Emanuela. I am Matsu Okwaimitorishe. Thanks for watching.